Hey you, welcome back to Amusement ASMR, where thrill meets chill. I'm really excited today to show you my first ever issue of the D23 quarterly magazine, the spring 2024 issue. I finally got around to upgrading to the gold membership of the D23 official Disney fan club, both to snag those sweet discounts like for the D23 Expo tickets and that sort of thing, and because of the swag that they give you at that level. It's really awesome. So before we get into the magazine, I want to show you some of the things they sent me. With your new gold membership, you get this lovely folder for D23, the official Disney fan club. And inside is this really lovely letter written just for you. I mean, for all fan club members. Dear member, and it's signed by Michael Varco, the head of D23. So that's really lovely that they sent you this for the fan in all of us. I really like that. And then they also give you your own membership card. So let's pop that out of there and take a look at that. Really nice solid card that all comes with it. Then what else comes with it is this really adorable Mickey statue. Look at that guy. He's so happy. This is actually part of the 2023 gold member collector set. So I joined at the very end of 2023. So I managed to get the 2023 collector set. I haven't yet received the 2024 gold member collector set, but for now I'm really excited to have this one. It is called the Mickey Mouse Leader of the Club milestone statue, designed with platinum panache by artist James Fauntleroy as part of the Disney 100 Years celebration. So it's a pretty hefty weight and size. It's a very good size, and the base is really solid, really heavy. So this actually serves as a really good paperweight. I'm actually probably going to use it as a bookend next to all of my Disney, fairy tale, and fantasy books on my bookshelves. So I'm very excited to have this statue. See how it says D23, the official Disney fan club on the bottom there. But let's get into the D23 magazine. It's still in its plastic, as you can see, so I have not looked through it yet. We're going to look at it together for the very first time. So let's get into the plastic here. Oh boy, look at the back there. There's this something for gold members right here as well. Okay, that stuck a bit on the end there. Let's get rid of that clear plastic. What is this? It's not a sticker, it's a magnet. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Disney D23 gold member with Genie. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed my brachydactyly type D thumbs here. They're very fun and short and stubby and special. I think they make me special because they're actually quite a rare type of thumb that only 2% of the population has. And they earned me some fun nicknames over the years, like Stubbs when I was on Fire Crew years and years ago. Not to be confused with the Westworld Stubbs character. It was long before that. But I digress. Back to the magnet. Really, really lovely. That's definitely going on my fridge. Okay. let's get back to the magazine. So on the front cover here, we have Disney 23 Spring 2024 edition. And it looks like the Disney Zootopia land is featured on the front here, because that's obviously a very exciting new land that they're very proud of and are promoting at the moment. So let's open this baby up and see what we've got inside. Oh, my little Mickey plant is turning there. Okay. So as you can see here is information about the 2024 Gold Member Collector set, like I mentioned, the Magic and Mystery box, which has the Sorcerer Mickey Mouse figurine, one random mystery character figurine, could be any of these four, but you don't know which one will be, 2 of these random enchanted object pins, which is really exciting. I can't wait to see which ones I get. And then a deck of playing cards and your membership card and certificate. If I'm honest, what I'm hoping for is probably Maleficent, because I love Maleficent. She's probably my favorite Disney villain. The Queen of Hearts is close second, or they're kind of tied, but I do love Maleficent. And I loved her before the movies featuring Angelina Jolie, but I really love Angelina Jolie, so that definitely tipped the scales further in that direction. Of course, Mama Odie would be amazing, Merlin would be amazing, the Genie would be amazing. I'd be happy with any of them, but secretly kind of hoping for Maleficent. Now here's what's in the contents of this magazine, this feature. We've got quite a lot going on here. I am really excited to see what we find. I'm not going to read it all. We don't really have time for me to read every word in this magazine, so we're just going to capture the highlights. But you're welcome to pause the video at any time so that you can read it in more detail. And I'll be sure to zoom in on parts that I think you might want to read at your own pace. So here's the letter from the editor, Bruce C. Steele. And that's very nice and long, so we're not going to read that one either. Definitely don't have time to read every word in this magazine. I mean, I will be reading it on my own time, here and there as I have time. But probably not today. Probably not all in one sitting, because there is a lot. I mean, let's just look at how much content there is in here. Oh, that's amazing. There's so much. I'm certainly not going to read all of this in one sitting. And we're not going to get all of through all of this together today. So let's just look at the highlights and see what sections we might want to come back to read more thoroughly. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh, really thorough look at Zootopia land. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself though. So this is the first article. Let's play 6 Degrees of Fred McMurray. So he was the first individual to be named a Disney legend, and this is the 65th anniversary of his first Disney film. So that is a really amazing article to feature. Disney is all about celebrating their anniversaries of things. Obviously, there's the Disney 100 that happened in 2023 because Disney as a company began in 1923. But they're also featuring a 65th anniversary here of the first Disney legend, which is really amazing. Before you turn the page, consider whether you'd like to take the challenge yourself. The goal is to connect Disney legend Fred McMurray's first Disney movie, The Shaggy Dog, 1959, to Disney legend Kurt Russell's first Disney movie, Follow Me Boys, 1966, in exactly 6 steps. That's very cute. Sort of like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it's Fred McMurray. That's fun. So here are the 6 steps. This is how they connect Fred McMurray, his first movie, to Kurt Russell's first movie. step 5, and step 6. All in these 2 pages. So feel free to pause the video if you would like to read this in more detail, but I'm probably not going to do that here. We'll do the highlights though. Step 1, the shaggy dog connects to Babes in Toyland. Disney Legends link is Annette Funicello. That's nice. Then step 2, Babes in Toyland connects to That Darn Cat. Disney Legend link is Ed Wynn. Ah, I actually really love the remake of That Darn Cat with Christina Ricci. I had a weird love for that movie in my childhood. Then step 3, That Darn Cat, connects to Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And Disney Legend link is Robert Stevenson. I love this movie so much. This movie is so much nostalgia for me and my childhood. I definitely watched this movie and then immediately wanted a bed that had 4 bedposts with knobs on it that I could tap 3 times and turn a quarter turn in order to take my bed magically to other lands. Oh, what kid didn't? Okay. Step 4, Bedknobs and Broomsticks connects to Beauty and the Beast. Disney Legend link, Angela Lansbury. Of course, because Angela Lansbury was in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and she, of course, is the voice of Mrs. Potts in the animated Beauty and the Beast movie. I mean, who can forget her classic rendition of Tale as Old as Time? Well, Beauty and the Beast. A beautiful, beautiful song, and who knew Angela Lansbury had such a beautiful voice? And this is also one of my favorite Disney princess movies, and Belle is one of my favorite Disney princesses, so that's a really lovely connection. Step 5, Beauty and the Beast connects to The Fox and the Hound. Oh, Disney Legends link is Glen Keane. I do love Fox and the Hound. Another childhood classic. And step 6, The Fox and the Hound connects to Follow Me Boys. Disney Legend link, Kurt Russell. I didn't realize Kurt Russell was involved with The Fox and the Hound. How interesting is that? Okay. Now we go into whole new worlds. Disney Parks in Asia debut dramatic expansions. So on this page, we have the new Zootopia Land at Shanghai Disney Resort, all aglow at nighttime. And at this side, we have the Arendelle Village in World of Frozen at Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, featuring the Friendship Fountain, which offers a bit of magic to nighttime visitors. Oh my gosh, I still have not been to any of the Disney Asia parks. I am dying to go, but I'm kind of glad I haven't gone until now, or as of yet, because now when I do go, I will get to experience both of these lands, and I'm excited for both. I'm especially excited for the World of Frozen. Definitely have to make it to Hong Kong sometime soon. But here is a more in-depth look at the Zootopia Land at Shanghai Disney, with an article by Alison Stateman, an insider's look at the immersive new land that captures the spirit of the beloved film in a metropolis full of surprises. And this is a very lengthy and in-depth article, which is really wonderful. And we will not be, again, reading every word. But you are welcome to pause the video and read it all if you'd like. Really, really amazing. And here's more of that article. We wanted Zootopia as a land to be a complete emotional arc from the second you enter the land to when you exit. That's a quote from Dustin Schofield, the senior creative director of Walt Disney Imagineering. Oh my goodness. Just look at this. How colorful is that? Ugh. The distinctive skyline includes signature film details, including the Zootopatron which is on the left. And then above, we have Zootopia Hot Pursuit, which is a thrilling new family attraction. That's really fun. And then on the opposite page, Fireworks Burst Over the Fashions by Frou Frou Boutique. That's probably a really fun store. And look at those. Oh, fireworks. I mean, say what you will, Disney knows their fireworks. They do really excellent work with fireworks. Great works with fire. Okay, World of Frozen in Hong Kong Disneyland also gets its own in-depth article, also by Alison Stateman. For the first time in forever, fans of the hit movie franchise can enter a fully immersive Arendelle that is sure to delight. Oh my gosh, it's like you're walking into the movie. It's incredible. Look at this land. Oh, and the very reflective, bright blue water. Beautiful green hills and the mountain. And, castle. I can't wait. And look, up in the mountain is Elsa's castle, her ice castle. I wonder if you can actually explore that, or if you just see it from afar. Because that is definitely a dream, to walk through Elsa's ice castle at life size. That would be amazing, but I don't know if that's included here. So the Lantau Mountains provide the perfect fairy tale backdrop for World of Frozen. Signature elements include a beautiful rendered harbor, Arendelle Castle, Elsa's Ice Palace on the North Mountain. Oh, amazing. Once again, you can pause if you'd like to read this. And here it continues. Oh, quite a bit more. Look at this. Oh, look at all the detail. This is amazing. So above left to right, we have guests of all will enjoy their rollicking family coaster, Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs. That looks like a fun ride. And then over here, we have portraits of Elsa and Anna adorn the walls of the Golden Crocus Inn. Oh, so this is in the inn. I thought perhaps this was in the castle, but no, this is in the inn. And then over here on the opposite page, Amanda Chu, senior producer of Walt Disney Imagineering Asia, and Michael Den Dulk, executive creative director of Walt Disney Imagineering, stand with the World of Frozen as their backdrop. Really amazing work, guys. Well done. A+. I haven't seen it in person, so I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I think we can assume it was done to perfection, because it's Disney Imagineering and they do pretty much everything to perfection. Next story is Disney's Story Beyond at the Tokyo Disney Resort. And this article is by Bruce C. Steele, who, as we can recall, was the editor. So that's fun. He got to write one of the articles himself. He wrote a new challenge for fans of Haunted Mansion. Ooh. So this is a new experience at Tokyo Disney Resort. Imagineers have woven an optional new story into the experience of Haunted Mansion in Tokyo Disneyland, including the characters ZJ and Xavier. Or Xavier. I don't actually know which way it's pronounced. Xavier, probably. So that's that article, which you're welcome to pause and read all the way through. And then Bruce C. Steele also wrote this article, Meet Our Ambassadors. These 13 remarkable individuals bring the magic to guests and the community while representing thousands of Disney Parks cast members from around the world. So these 13 folks, I guess, are the ambassadors. They're part of the 2024-2025 Global Disney Ambassadors Program. From left to right, this is all of them. I'm not going to read their names in case I mispronounce them and then offend someone. But they look like really lovely people. really great humans, sharing and spreading the Disney joy all through the world. It's just really incredible. So this is this article. You can pause and read. And it looks like it continues over here with a bit more information on each of them and what park they're from. So I guess each one of them probably represents a different park, which is really nice. They each get to be an ambassador to a different park. So we've got Tokyo Disney's ambassador, Shanghai Disney, Disneyland Paris, Alani, Disneyland Resort, my home park. So very nice to meet that ambassador. Hong Kong Disneyland, Walt Disney World. Does that equal 13? That must equal 13. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. That's all 13 ambassadors. And now we move on to The Treehouse Branches Out, also by Bruce C. Steele. I guess he wrote a considerable amount of this magazine. It's probably a small, scrappy team that puts this quarterly publication together. I respect that. A new family has taken up residence in the Adventureland treehouse inspired by Walt Disney's Swiss Family Robinson. Imagineers behind the reimagined attraction reveal its not-so-hidden secrets. So this is all about the new treehouse that was reimagined in Disneyland Park, in my home park. I remember when they did this. I mean, it originally was the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, and then they changed it to Tarzan for some reason. But thankfully, they've brought it back to the Swiss Family Robinson theme. So this is a very lovely and welcomed reimagining of this attraction. I've gotten to explore it a bit in my own park in Disneyland, so I will share some of that footage with you here. The 62-year-old tree at the center of the reimagined Adventureland treehouse underwent considerable renovation, says Imagineer John Gritz. And there's a new resident, Jane, who is the family's pet ostrich, and she's really fun to see. She pops up and down to say hi at random while you're walking through the treehouse, so it's very, very fun. I highly recommend going to explore this if you are ever at Disneyland. Here's more about it, with descriptions of what to find in the kitchen area, the mother's room, the daughter's room, the boy's room, and the view from above. Look at all these amazing photos. It's even better in person, believe me. It's really, really amazing. They did a stellar job, as always. And now on to this section all about Wish, which I'm guessing is about Disney's newest Disney animation movie and newest Disney princess in the movie Wish, which it says up here, Wish 2023 pays homage to 100 years of Walt Disney Animation Studios. With a classic storybook opening, it helped us set up the film, says Fawn Vera Sunthorn, who directed the film with Chris Buck. We looked back at the very beginning to what inspired Walt Disney himself. Real Page Turners by Zach Johnson. It's the oldest trick in the book, and yet it still feels brand new. From Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to Wish, uncover the secrets behind many of Disney's signature storybook openings. So this isn't necessarily about the movie Wish. It's about how it continued the tradition across all Disney's classic storybook based fairy tales and movies by opening with a storybook page opening. So here you can see what they've done across all of the movies, beginning with that storybook opening. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Cinderella, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And here's a description about each down here, which again, you can pause the video and read more thoroughly if you'd like. Quite a bit to cover here. Oh, and even more. Got Mickey and the Beanstalk. I remember that film. I really enjoyed it. It's quite fun. The Great Locomotive Chase. Oh, Sleeping Beauty. Classic. 1959. The Sword in the Stone. Oh, 1963. Love that one. The Jungle Book. 1967. Enchanted, 2007, also opened with a storybook opening. I didn't quite realize that, but that's fantastic. And then Winnie the Pooh, 2011, which I assume, doesn't get its own photo. Well, apparently that also opened with a storybook opening. Really lovely. Feel free to pause and read all of that if you'd like. Keeping up with the choir. So this article by Christina Sturtevant-Sani is all about the new Disney Plus original docuseries Choir, which follows the inspirational story of the Detroit Youth Choir from their rise to fame on America's Got Talent to a new season of profound change. That's incredible. So here the Detroit Youth Choir performs at Carnegie Hall in New York City in the summer of 2022. It's a venue choir artistic director Anthony White calls the Plymouth Rock of performing. That venue is definitely the pinnacle of success for performing arts, absolutely. So that's amazing that they got to do that. And here's the article. And much, much more. Oh, this is amazing. Look at their story from America's Got Talent all the way through to their amazing success. Well deserved. It's always lovely to see success stories like this. Just makes you feel like you really can achieve your dreams if you really go for it. Truly inspirational. Disney on Broadway turns 30. Oh, I love Broadway. I make sure to watch at least one Broadway show every time I go to New York City. And when I lived in New York City, I definitely went to see shows all the time. So this article is by Courtney Potter. It all began with a tale as old as time. Gee, I wonder which musical that's about. 3 decades on, and it's a worldwide phenomenon. D23 peeks behind the curtain with the help of a cavalcade of Disney on Broadway's best. So here, of course, is a depiction of Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. And more information about Beauty and the Beast with Susan Egan, who plays Belle, and Matt West, the choreographer, from 1994. Really amazing. Oh, look at those costumes. That's just the detail. Oh. And if you're lucky enough to sit close enough to the stage to see that level of detail, then you have a very good seat. But the art of theater is to make those details and that quality of production visible from all the way in the back, even from the cheap seats. And that is true art in theater. Just incredible. Oh. And here's more all about Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. Ashley Brown, who also played Belle and also played Mary in Mary Poppins. Oh, that's nice. And Natasha Katz, the lighting designer for Beauty and the Beast, also for Elton John and Tim Rice's Aida. Oh, I saw Aida on Broadway, and I cried so so hard. It was one of the most beautiful musicals I have ever seen. The music was just spectacular. I cannot recommend that musical enough. If you have a chance to see Aida, it's a must. She also lighting designed Tarzan, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and Frozen, all on Broadway. That's amazing. Shel Williams was the Nehebka director of the Dutch production for Aida. Oh my gosh, so incredible. And Jess Leproto was the original cast for Newsies. Oh, I also love Newsies. I do sometimes at random break out into a rendition of Seize the Day. It's just such a good, motivational song to sing to yourself throughout the day if you ever feel like you need a little extra boost to keep you going. So I'm a big fan of this show. I grew up in musical theater. I was in theater since I was a little girl, and all the way through college, I was a theater major in college at UC Davis. So this is very dear to my heart. I am a true musical theater nerd. This article is really geared towards me. I am its target audience. Oh my gosh, more. James Monroe Iglehart was the genie in Aladdin. And here's also Michael James Scott was also the genie in Aladdin. The original cast, he was the standby, and then he was the original Australia cast, the West End London cast, US National Tour cast, and he's the current Broadway cast. This is amazing. This guy has had quite the career. He must be incredibly talented. Now I want to go and see Aladdin on Broadway just so I can see him perform that role. Oh. And Christopher Oram was the scenic and costume designer of Frozen. Oh. And here you go. There's some of the costumes. But here's a bit more about the international Disney on Broadway cast members. Yukano Suzuki was Rafiki in The Lion King in Tokyo, Japan. Meryl Ansah was Nala in The Lion King at West End London in the UK. Rock Bernardi was Aladdin in Madrid, Spain. And Wilhelmine Verkaik. Oh gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Wilhelmine Verkaik. My German pronunciation's okay, but not perfect. Wilhelmine Verkaik. That sounds about right. She played Elsa in Frozen in Hamburg, Germany. Oh, it would be really cool actually to see a Broadway show, a Disney Broadway show in Germany. I love Germany. One of the places I frequent in the world. Oh, who is Doctor Who? Yes, I heard they were getting a brand new doctor, and finally a doctor of color, which is fantastic. So this article is also by Christina Sturtevant-Sani. As the celebrated British series brings its newest regeneration to Disney+, we answer burning questions about the Doctor, the latest human companion, the Doctor's enemies, and that retro-looking TARDIS. I am really excited about the new cast. This is going to be an amazing new season of Doctor Who. If you haven't seen this show, you absolutely need to go watch it. All of the doctors have been amazing, so I highly recommend. The new season, I think, is going to be a really exciting, fresh take on it that hopefully keeps true to the traditions while also innovating. So, very, very eager to see how that pans out. Here's the article if you'd like to read it. Obviously, too long for us to do in this moment together. Especially because there's all this. Quite a long article, but look at all the other seasons and casts throughout the years. This has been a very long running show with quite a history. It's really incredible. And of course, who could forget Joey Whittaker, She was the 13th Doctor and the only woman to play the Doctor to date, which is really, really exciting. Of course, I was very, very excited when that happened as a fan of the show and as a woman. So, and then these are all the other Doctors. All the other people that have played Doctors, her predecessors. From left to right, we have William Hartnell was the first Doctor. Very exciting. Then John Pertwee was the third Doctor in the red jacket. And Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor, who's here in the blue shirt. And over here, the fourth Doctor, Tom Baker. So you've got the early days, the first 4 Doctors there. Oh. And here's what Russell T Davies, the Doctor Who showrunner, said. Some of the most frightening adventures are when it's not red eyes or fangs, but an ordinary human being causing terrible trouble. Yes, indeed. Okay, now on to previously on X-Men by Zach Johnson. Oh, I do love X-Men. The comics, the animated shows, and the movies and TV shows. It's just, this has been quite an incredible IP. Marvel Studios' new show, X-Men 97, the team embarks on a new adventure without its founder and leader. But as mutant sympathy reaches its apex, does the world still need the X-Men? Very interesting concept. I've been hearing a lot about X-Men 97, and I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but I am definitely going to soon. It is on my list. It is high on my list. So hopefully I'll be able to talk more about it in future videos. But here's a whole article all about it, because it debuts this spring only on Disney Plus, which is true. It is now spring and it is now on Disney Plus. And I really need to check it out. This is a nice reminder that I need to do that. Beyond the Looking Glass by Alison Stateman again. Melissa de la Cruz returns to the world of the Descendants with a new spin-off novel that takes readers back into Wonderland. Oh, considering Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite stories, fairy tales in the Disney lore, this is really exciting for me. So let's see what this is all about. So it's called Beyond the Isle of the Lost, Wonderland. And this is a long article. Looks like it's an interview between D23 and Melissa de la Cruz. I'm definitely going to read this at some point and putting that on my reading list to purchase and read. Oh, absolutely. I already have quite a reading list of books that I need to acquire and read, but that one is definitely going on it too. Windows to History by William Keck. Ooh, a new writer. How the windows along Main Street, USA in Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom honor the talented people who helped create the Disney parks. I do know a little bit about this. There are little nods and Easter eggs that honor some of the Imagineers and various folks who helped bring the Disney parks to life, that are scattered all throughout Main Street, USA, both in Anaheim and in Orlando. It's really lovely, and I love that they have an article all about those little details. So next time you're in either of these parks, you can go looking for those. That's really lovely. And as you can see, this is capturing the park during Halloween time. So it's got all the Halloween decorations out. Oh, really lovely. I love Disneyland at Halloween time. And during the Christmas holidays as well. It's just the parks are so decked out so beautifully with the colors and the banners and the lights. Oh, really, really beautiful. This is a great time to visit Disneyland. Also, a side note, Disneyland at Halloween and Christmas time is my favorite time of the year for the Disneyland park because of my favorite ride. The Haunted Mansion, only in Disneyland, gets a holiday overlay, which is basically taken over by The Nightmare Before Christmas. And it is the most incredible ride you have ever seen. It's the best holiday overlay in any Disney park ever. I will stand by that statement. And it's an absolute must for me to ride it every year. Really, really exciting. Obviously, we're at the opposite end of the year right now, but make a note of that for when Halloween time comes later this year. And if you also love the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas in Disneyland, tell me in the comments so we can find our like people. Where are my people at? Oh, lots more about this article. All about the little Easter eggs honoring Imagineers and park creators. That's really lovely. And these are the particular standout Disneyland windows to spot on your next visit. And one at Magic Kingdom to look for. That's really nice. You should definitely pause the video and read this thoroughly and make a list of these things to look for in your next Disneyland visit or Magic Kingdom visit. I'll have to make a note of these too and look for them myself next time I'm in the park, which will hopefully be soon. Character analysis. Ooh, and this is all about Goofy. Who remembers the Goofy movie? Oh my god, I loved that movie. And to this day, whenever I'm eating cheese, I can't help but think of the line, "It's a leaning tower of cheese." I mean, I don't really eat Cheese Whiz that often, so I can't really recreate it the way they did it in the movie, but I think any cheese is an opportune moment to have that quote, so anything can be a leaning tower of cheese as long as it's cheese. So this article is by Doug and Gala, who is from the Walt Disney Animation Research Library. So that's really cool. We have a research library representative, historian, I suppose, to talk all about character analysis and history of the Goofy character. That's really lovely. The Goof. Oh my gosh, you can see what the shape of his head is when the hat's removed. That's really cool. And wearing other hats as well. Oh, that's fantastic. Even more about Goofy's various depictions and antics. Oh, there you go. There's a bit about the Goofy movie. Oh, love it. Disney presents Goofy in How to Stay at Home. Goofy's got all the best tips for how to stay at home. And now, at the end, or towards the end here, looks like we're almost at the end of the magazine, we have D Society. As D23 turns 15 on March 10th, we look back at some of our most exclusive member events in the 5 years since our big 10th birthday celebration in 2019. So this is all of the best Disney D23 member events that have taken place since 2019 in the last 5 years. Really fun photos here depicting each D23 member event. Now, sadly, I did not attend any of these because I was not a D23 member yet. But I look forward to many D23 member events to come now that I am. That's clearly from the launch of the Tron Light Cycle Run ride. And, oh, the Sanderson sisters. I love it. Princess Diaries. Oh, there's just so much. Oh, amazing. Ask the Walt Disney Archives. To submit a question about the worlds of Disney, visit d23.com/ask-the-archives. Select questions will be answered here, so you can submit questions and you might get yours selected to be answered in the publication itself, which is really cool. I wonder if they still answer them online, even if they don't answer them in the publication. I would hope so, but I don't know, we'll have to try it out and see. So, for example, here is 10 of the 13 Disney princesses in leisure clothes talking to Vanellope von Schweetz in Ralph Breaks the Internet. I love Vanellope, and I love Ralph Breaks the Internet, and I love this scene. This is the first time we got to see all of the Disney princesses together, hanging out, just as girls do, bonding and chatting and just being in their casual clothes. I mean, doesn't it just make you want to hang out in that room with them and be one of the girls? I love this scene. I have to admit, I do rewatch this scene from this movie on a regular basis. It's a guilty pleasure, for sure. So, somebody asked a question about the Disney princesses. In 2013, Merida from Brave was crowned as a Disney princess at Magic Kingdom Park. How many Disney princesses are there now? Has Vanellope, Moana, or Raya been crowned as a Disney princess as well? And this answers with the 13 who are currently official Disney princesses. You can read all the rest of the questions here. And over here, even more fun facts by the numbers about Doctor Who. That's really cool. This is kind of a cool piece of art. In fact, especially if you're a really big Doctor Who fan, you could take this back page and rip it off and frame it, or put it up on your wall or in your bookcase, or use it as decoration with your DVD collection of Doctor Who, if you still have DVDs. You know, if you're old school like that. Or if you're really old school, your VHS or your 8-track. And the back cover, all about that world of Frozen in Hong Kong Disneyland that we read about earlier. That is just, oh my God, look at that. I want to go so badly. Well, thank you so much for joining me for another video. Slightly different video, exploring this wonderful D23 quarterly publication. I hope this helped make your day a little bit happier and tinglier and more magical, or at least more amusing. Now, if you would, please go watch another video, because again, that's how the algorithm works. So you can click on the one right here on the screen that Future Me is recommending to you right now. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.